ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्धधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
अथ नवमोऽध्यायः।
अथ नवमोऽध्यायः।
श्लोक नंबर फ्रॉम 15 onwards will chant. ज्ञानयज्ञेन चाप्यन्ये यजन्तो मामुपासते
ज्ञानयज्ञेन चाप्यन्ते चापन्ये यजन्तो मामुपासते
एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन तदुधा विश्वतो मुखम्
एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम्
अहं क्रतुरहं यज्ञः स्वधाहमहमौषधम्
अहं क्रतुरहं यज्ञः स्वधाहम् अहम् औषधम्
मन्त्रोऽहमहमेवाज्यम् स्प्लिटिंग मन्त्रोऽहमहमेवाज्यम्
मन्त्रोऽहमेवाच्यम्
Mantroha mahame vajyam.
मन्त्रोऽहम्
Mantroha ahame mantroham mantraha agam eva ajyam. Okay. Ahamagniraham hutam
अहमग्निरहं हुतम्
pitahamasya jagataha
पिताहमस्य जगतः
mata dhata pitamaha
माता धाता पितामहः
vedyam pavitramomkaraha
वेद्यं पवित्रमोङ्कारः
riksamayajureva cha
ऋक्साम यजुरेवः एव च
yater bharta prabhu sakshi
गतिर्भर्ता प्रभुः साक्षी
nivasasharanam suhrit
निवासः शरणं सुहृत्
prabhavah pralayasthanam
प्रभवः प्रलयस्थानं
nidhanam bijamavyayam
निधानं बीजमव्ययम्
tapam yahamaham varusham
तपाम्यहमहं वर्षम्
nigrinam yutsrujami cha
निगृह्णाम्
nigrinam
निगृह्णामि उत्सृजामि च
amritam chaiva mrityuscha
अमृतं
अमृतं
चैव
चैव मृत्युश्च
sadasacchahamarjuna
तदसच्चाहमर्जुन
सदसच्चाहमर्जुन
up to that we have seen 19th shloka. For the Bhagavad Vishwato Mukham, the shloka number 15, where Bhagavata Uktam, Jnana Yajnena Anye Mam Upasate Ekatvena Anye Upasate Pratatvena Api Ekatvena Pratatvena Bhagavad Vishwato Mukham Upasate. People worship me, the Ishvara, Bhagavan says. People worship me, the Ishvara, in many manners. Whatever manner they worship, Bhagavan says. In that manner alone, Ye yata mam prapadyante tam satya bhajamyaham. I bless them iti, he says in some other place. So, in whatever manner the people worship, they worship me alone, Parameshwara alone. There are different manners, modes of worshipping. Jnana yajna, ekatvam, ekatvena, sarvam brahma eva iti, ishvaraha eva, ekatvam. Ekatvena ishvara upasana. Pratatvena vishwato mukham. Ekatvena, ekatvam, jiva brahma, aikyam, ekatvam. That is jnanam, jnana yajnana. Therefore, shastra, shravanam, mananam, nididhyasanam, tena, iti, ekatvena, yajantaha, mam, upasate. Pratatvena, pratatvena means they worship Ishvara as pratak, as distinct, like Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Rudra, ityadi, attributing certain forms and names to the Lord. They worship. So therefore, for them, pratatvena, because they worship with the Lord, the same Lord, Parameshwara, but with form, certain names and forms. Worshipping of the Lord in the names of Vishnu, Shiva, etc. They also come under they also worship me alone. They also come under the particular manner of worshipping me alone. Iti Bhagavan says. Therefore, they worship me alone. And Vishwato Mukham, there is another mode of worship by which people do worship. That is Vishwato Mukam. That is that Parameshwara who is can be not limiting them Parameshwara to any particular form, in any name. That is why Sakasra Nama iti. Sakasra is only Upalakshana Visa. So everything is Parameshwara. Ishavasi Midam Sarvam iti. So everything is Ishvara. Vasudeva Sarvam iti. People worship. Now, different modes of worship, different way. It's there we, Bhagavan, here, that in different ways your worship you say. And what are the different ways? For that Bhagavan gives some certain details. Though it is not comprehensive, it is not exhaustive, comprehensive, but some details. Because everything is Ishvara, different mode. Therefore, looking upon everything as Parameshwara, then the list cannot be contained by the Gita. So the list is because it's an exhaustive list. Suppose agam kraturaha, kratuhu agam yajnaha iti, certain details. Bhagavan he presented that in these forms, I'm available. It doesn't mean Bhagavan is restricted only to these forms, like kratuhu, yajnaha, suraha, pitaha, jagataha, vedyaha, pavitra omkara, riksama, yujurevacha, gatir, bharta, prabhu sakshi. It is not limited only to this. This is yes, a small detail. In these forms, I am worshipped. I am alone available in all these forms. Every form is my form. So people invoke me in multi various forms and names. And they worship whom? That's me, the same Parameshwara alone. So I am alone available in all these forms and names and forms. What are they, if you ask? These are the list, small list given by the Lord. So having said that, now the topic of the chapter from here it changes. So people worship me. They are all bhaktaha, devotees, and they have Shraddha in the Veda, Shraddha in the prayers, and Shraddha in the life after death. So therefore, karma has got karma pala, therefore adhishta pala in the form of papa punya, and that has to be exhausted by the one who performs karma. Therefore, in all this, they have got Shraddha in the Veda. But there are people who worship me for gaining limited ends, not having enough viveka, not able to distinctly understand me as Brahma Atma, therefore wanting certain limited ends. They worship me. So their bhakti is called Sakama Bhakti, wanting something, Artha or Kama or whatever it may be. Artha and Karma is a general name, Artha and Kama, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Dharma, Punya. So therefore, anything you desire that can be classified. Anything you desire which that the desired ends are limited can be classified into either of the three Artha, Dharma, or Kama. So the bhakti which you worship the Lord for gaining these limited ends is called Sakama Bhakti. Kamena Sakavartate, therefore Sakama Bhakti. That is also a bhakti only. They want a particular end, therefore they worship. Nothing wrong in that because they have to ask the Lord only for getting that thing. So in fact, that is permitted. That is why the Veda Purva, the variety of rituals are given, and the kami can choose the particular kami karma, and perform, thereby getting the desired ends. His ends, whatever he desires, it's provided if he follows the injunctions of the Veda strictly, he will get his desires are accomplished. So that is sanctioned by the Veda. It is not something against the Veda, but it is. But since a person doesn't have the viveka, therefore the knowledge, not knowing that it's not going to be long lasting, but still they go for it. That type of bhakti, asking the Lord for the limited ends, is called Sakama Bhakti. So that is Bhakti and Sakama Bhakti, and the nature of the Sakama Bhakti, and the limitations of the ends achieved by the Bhakti, by the Bhaktas, and later, in contrast to that, that is Nishkama Bhakti, there the devotee asks only for the Lord. So all these are going to be presented from the shloka number 20. So the topic here changes. So having presented the different forms, now Bhagavan talks about the limitation on the part of the bhakti, the Sakama Bhakti. Person having the bhakti, which is the bhakti for gaining the limited ends, is called Sakama Bhakta. And there are Sakama Bhaktaha, Nishkama Bhaktaha. All cannot be Nishkama Bhaktaha. That is also not possible because people are in different stages of life. Therefore, they need all these things for their growth. In fact, it is required. So, therefore, these Bhaktas, they ask for limited ends. And that is said in this shloka. Veda provides the means for fulfilling for gaining the desired ends, for fulfilling the desires by gaining the desired ends. So that Bhakti, Sakama Bhaktas, the nature and the limitations of the ends, that is the desired ends, that are talked about here. In this shloka number 20, the following shloka 21. So let us read shloka number 20. Traividyamam somapah putapapah
त्रैविद्यामां स्वपापूतपापाः
यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते
यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गदीं प्रार्थयन्ते
ते पुण्यमासाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम्
ते पुण्यमासाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम्
अश्नन्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देव भोगान्
अश्नन्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देवभोगान्
Traividyaha. Here you can see the meter changes. It is in Trishtup meter. Traividyaha, Vidyaha, Visarga is disappeared due to Sandhiru. Traividyaha, Mams, Somapaha, Putapaha. Traividya. What is Traividya? Here, the three Vedas are called Traividya. Traividya, Rit, Yajus, Sama, Samakyaha, Tisraha, Vidyaha. Tisraha, Vidyaha. Adiyate, they study Jananti. Te Traividyaha. So Traividya is not referring just to just the Veda, but the one who knows the three Vedas. Traividya referring to the people by whom the three Vedas are studied. Studying the Veda, they know the mantra, they know to perform the rituals. So Traividyaha, referring to the people who has a knowledge of the three Vedas, the Karma Kanda of the Veda. That is also important. So Tisraha Vidyaha Adiyate, Adiyate, Tata Jananti. Traividyaha Adiyate, therefore Tata Jananti. Te Traividyaha. Vedatraya Jnaha ityartaha. Vedatraya Jnaha. Rigvedam Jananti, Samavedam Jananti, Yajurvedam Jananti. Traividyaha. Jananti Kevalam na knowledge. They follow also. Therefore, they follow the Vedatraya Nirvartayati. They follow the the injunctions of the Veda. They follow the karma kanda of the Veda. Nirvartayati. Therefore, they are karma anushtana tatparaha. Yagikaha ityartaha. They are the performer of the rituals which are in the karma kanda of the three Veda. They know and therefore they know to perform. They do it also. They know the mantra, Samhita part, they know the Brahmana part also. Therefore, nirvartayati api. Therefore, they are karma anushtana tatparaha. Yagikaha is another word, trividyaha. They perform the yajna, which are mentioned in the three Vedas, trividyaha. Then trividya, and they are somapaha. Somapaha means pa to drink, pibati. Somam pibanti, it is somapaha. There is a yaga called Somayaga. Somayaga is done for gaining Swargaloka. Swargaloka Praptyartham Somayaga. There are people who have the name Somayaji, etc. They perform that. Probably their ancestors would have performed, therefore they have the name Somayaji. Somayagyam Yajati. Soma Yaga it is. Done for gaining the Swargaloka. So in that yajna, the Soma, which is a creeper whose juice is extracted and offered to the Lord. So, and the one who performs the Soma Yaga, they take a drop of that. After offering to the Lord, whatever is left out, it is taken as prasada. Yajnashishtaha. Therefore, prasada, it is Ishvara prasada. Soma, the word means moon, but here it refers to creeper. In fact, why it is called Soma rasa, Soma juice? Because the moon plays a certain role. Therefore, it is called, that creeper is called Somalata. From the Somalata, the juice is extracted and is offered to the Lord, and the remnants after offering, it is whatever left of that is taken as prasada. Therefore, Somapaha. So, Yajñehi, Soma Yajñehi, Bhagavan says, Mam Ishtva. Yajñehi Ishtva, the second line, Yajñehi. Now, Somapaha, Trividyaha, Somapaha, Putapapaha. They are Putapapa. So, all these are descriptions of the people by which Yajñehi, Mam Ishtva, Swargatim Prartayant. Now, let us see the word Putapapa and then we will go to the next time. Putapapaha. So, therefore, Somapaha are people who perform the karma kanda of the Veda, Nityanimitika, the karma they perform. And they are Putapapaha. Putapapaha, Putaha, Papaha, Yesham. Putaha, Papaha means Puta, they become pure. Putapapaha. Somapanena, by drinking Soma juice is Yajnasheshaha. Somaha, Somarasasya, Panam, Kurvantaha, ye, te, te Somapaha, and by the Soma Panam, Putapapaha. Somapanena, Putapapaha, Pratibandhakat, Papat, Putaha, Shuddhaha, Nirmuktaha, Bhavanti Ityartaha. Shuddha Kilbishaha. Shuddha Kilbishaha, free from Kilbisha, free from Papa. Viduta Papaha, iti Anya Artha also. Viduta Papaha. Same meaning. Viduta Papaha is another way of saying. Shuddha Kilbishaha. Viduta, Somapaha. Putapaha is a compound. Bhaguvrihi. Putaha, they are pure from what? Papa. Papat Putaha. Papa is a Pratibandhaka. So from the Pratibandhaka Papa, they become pure. Putaha, Shuddhaha Bhavanti, Nirmuktaha Bhavanti, they become free. Therefore, Viduta Papaha, Santaha, te, Kim Kurvanti, Puta Papaha, they perform this karma, Kami karma, because they are interested in gaining Swargaloka. Therefore, they perform Kami karma, but they don't violate Dharma because they are all Vaidika, Yagikaha. So, therefore, they perform karma following Dharma. Yajñehi Ishtva Swargatim Prartayante. Prartayante, they pray, they seek. They pray, Prartayante. To whom they do the prayer? Mam Prartayante. Mam prarthayante, mam yachante. What? Swarga gatim, swarga gamanam, swarga praptim. Prarthayante, mam Ishwaram prarthayante, au yajnehi ishtva. Yajnehi agnistomatibihi, soma yajnehi, iti yajnehi by the yajnas, mam prarthayante. Ishtva, ishtva is yajudatu, ishtva. Pujayitva ityartaha. Ishtva, pujayitva, mam pujayitva, prarthayante. Worshipping me, they asked. So, puta papaha, yajnehi, agni, ag- agni, agnisto maadihi. Ishtva, pujayitva. By certain yajnas are there, by that they worship the Lord. And Surga Gatim, Surga Swaha Eva Gatihi, Surga Gatihi, Tam Prarthayante. They seek, they ask for Surga Loka Prapti. Why? Because Surga Loka Amrtatvam Bhajante, we saw in Kathopanishad. Amrtatvam Bhajante, that Amrtatvam is Apekshika Amrtatvam. That knowledge they don't have. They don't have Viveka enough to understand that Amrtatvam obtained in the Sargaloka is Apekshika Amrtatvam, Natu Atyantika Amrtatvam. In Sargaloka, one can live for a long time. Where one can enjoy the pleasant things. Pleasant experiences are available. There one cannot grow old also. Jara Mrityum, as in the Kathopanishad Chikita says, you are not there. He says, saying it of Yamaraja, you are not there. Therefore, there is no Jara, there is no death, there is no fear of death also. There is no aging, therefore, there is no death. So, therefore, aspiring Swargaloka, Yajneki by this Yajna, Puja Ishtva, Puja Mam, Pujayitva Pratayante. So, they invoke through invoking various devatas in the rituals, the Jyotishtomadi, Agnistomadi, through various rituals, invoking different devatas, they ask me only, because all those devatas are the representatives of me only. Therefore, they ask me only. So I alone in the form of other different devatas, I bless them. So they ask for Punya Loka, Sarga Loka. Sarga Loka is gained by Punya, that's why it's called Punya Loka. It is sanctioned by the Shastram. Therefore, Punya Loka, therefore they earn punya. Now, te punyam asadya, having collected te punyam asadya meaning asadya is samprapya ityartaha, having gained, having punyam asadya, because punya is a currency required for entering into Sargaloka. Therefore, they collect samprapya punyam. Punyam asadya, surendra lokam, suranam lokaha, devanam lokaha. Surendra Lokam, Surga Loka, Diu Loka, which is Surendra Lokam, Surendra Lokam Gatva, Tatra, Kim Kurvanti, Divyan, Divi Bhogan, Ashtanti. So they Ashnati, Ashnita, Ashtanti. Ash means to eat. The eat means here enjoy. Because Bhoga, that's why eating is also a Bhoga, enjoyment. Eating is it's a most pleasurable eating experience. And that too, when you like what you eat, you have desire for something and you eat. There is you have pleasure. That is why tongue control in terms of taste, in terms of speech also. That is if it is controlled, then everything will be in control. Most powerful organ. So therefore, Ashnanti, they enjoy. They enjoy what? They enjoy Divi Bhogan. Divi is Swargaloka. So they Bunjanti Bhogan, Divi, Deva Bhogan, Devanam Bhogan. And it is that Bhoga, the treasures, they are Divyan, they are Divya. They are not the ordinary, they are heavenly objects of enjoyments. They are meant only for the residents of Sargaloka. And these people, they enjoy Divyan. It is Aprakritan, not like the Bhoga which are available in the Bhuloka. They are Divyan, Divi Bhogan, the Deva Bhogan, the Bhoga which are enjoyed by Deva Bhogan, Deva Doktavyan Padarthan, Ashnanti Bhujyante, Bunjate, Ashnanti, they enjoy. Who? These people who go to the Surgaloka, and to go to Surgaloka, they perform karma here, therefore having gone there, they enjoy. Iti. Even Kathopanishad we have seen, Jima Sarataha Saturyaha, all these things are not easily obtainable in the world. That also I give you. O Nachiketa, please don't ask me. Maranam Manu Prakshihi iti, Madharmaraja says. Nachiketa was so firm in his question. Oh, the third moon. So, these people, they go to Swargaloka and enjoy all these things. They want that, therefore they perform Somayaha, etc. Therefore it is Ishtva, Surgatim, Praptayante, Tatra Gatva, Divyan Bhogan, Divyan Deva Bhogan, Ashtanti, Bunjante. Now, having gone there, what happens then? So, one may think, this is what I seek all through life, this enjoyment, permanent enjoyment, this enjoyment, because Sargaloka, Amritatum Bhajante iti. So therefore, this is what I have to perform. No, it is not, because this enjoyment in the Sargaloka also, even though it is compared to the Bhuloka, it is long, but it is still subject to end. It has its limitations, demerits. It is not going to be really long lasting. So that is pointed out here. Immediate to the next sloka, having created, desired in the minds of the listeners by saying, Sargalokaha Ashnanti Divyan Divi Deva Bhogan iti. Now, the next sloka, Bhagavan says, this is not a good bargain. What happens? Go to the Sargaloka, enjoy, fine. But once it is over, you have to come back. So therefore, it is not permanent, it is Ashashvatum. Shine Punya Matyalokam Mishanti. That is a very famous phrase which you often quote. So let us read the next shloka, 21. Tetam Duktva Swargalokam Vishalam.
Tetam
Tetam
bhuktva swargalokam
lokam
vishalam.
vishalam.
Shine Punye Martyalokam Vishanti.
Shine
Shine
punye
punye
matyalokam
matyalokam vishanti.
Evam Trayi Dharmamanu Prapannaha.
Evam trahi dharmamanu prapanna.
Gatagatam Kama Kama Labhante.
Gatagatam kama kama labhante.
They're referring to those people, Yagikaha, in the previous shloka. Tam Bhuktva. Te Surgam Asannaha Praptaha. Surga Lokam, Surga Asannaha Praptaha. Surga Loka Prapya. They become Surga Loka Nivasi. So they Surga and Loka Nivasi, not permanent, not like Devas. They go with the ticket once it is got limited duration. So they have to come back. Therefore, they, Yagikaha, having gone to Surga Loka, Tatra, Tam, Te Tam Bhuktva, Tam, what is Tam? Punyam. Punya is the currency by which that is encashed. The punya is encashed in the form of the pleasurable experiences there. So tam punyam, labdam punya, the punya which is labda, labda punyam which is labdam, which is gained by the soma, yaga, etc., akrishtoma, karma, that punyam, bhuktva, having enjoyed, bhuktva, ashitva iti. Ashnati iti, Bhagavan said, Ashtanti Divibhogan Divyan Ashitva Bhuktva, having enjoyed the punya. The punya is required as because with that only that as a currency they encash the punya. They encash the punya in the form of pleasurable experiences. Tam bhukta means punyam, having enjoyed the punyam. The punyam, how can they enjoy punyam? The punya is the form of the pleasurable experiences. With punya you buy the pleasurable experiences. So therefore, having enjoyed that, there are also Vishayas, Vishayas, Vishaya Bhoga, Vishayananda only. But unlike the Vishayananda which are obtained here, there Vishayanandas are of superior quality, and you are not enjoying that Vishaya also through the Stula Shariam, which is, of course, which is endowed with so many defects. But there you have the Shariram, which is never aging, never becoming old, and sense organs, they are of superior nature. So therefore, superior sense pleasures. There are also sense pleasures only, pleasures. Te tam bhukta, having enjoyed. Where the Swargaloka, and the Swargaloka is Vishala. It is vast. Variety in terms of the, in terms of the pleasure which is obtained in Swargaloka. It is Vishala. It is very, in terms of that, it is variety and Vishala. In terms of time also, you can say Vishala. Vishala, generally we use the word for Desha. It is vast. It is vast. Therefore, you have varieties of Anubhava, pleasurable experiences, of course. And also it is in terms of time also. You go there and enjoy for a long time. The duration is so long. So long. The duration is, we say long compared to Bhuloka, compared to, see, any time, which we say time is always, no, it is a comparison. Time is not permanent. What is time? Time itself is really, it's mithya, we say. What we say, one day for us, one day is nothing when compared to Devalok. And for mosquito, one day is nothing, that 1 minute, whatever time, the duration. They don't live even for a day. Some beings do not live even for a minute. That is 1 day for them. So where is the time? But here Vishala, compared to the Manushya Loka, there a day, a certain time is there, a day, a month, a year. But here it is Vishala, it is vast. So vastness in terms of the varieties of pleasure and vastness in terms of time. That is Swargaloka. Having gone there, having enjoyed the punya, having capitalized the punya. Now, what I'm to do them? Kshine punya martyalokam vishanti. When the punyas, how long the punya will exhaust? Punya being the phalam, the result of karma being limited, punya also limited. Therefore, parichinnam eva karma phalam. So therefore, having gone to Swargaloka, which is Vishalam, Vistirnam, Bhuktva, Punyam Bhuktva, then Shine Punye Nashte, Punye Parisamapte, when the Punyas are exhausted, Punye Parisamaptihi, the purse is empty. Now what will happen? Martya Lokam Vishanti, Punaha, you have to come back to Manushya Lokam. Martya Lokam is Martyaha Manushyaha. Manushya is, it's called Martyaha, because he is subject to Janma and Maranam. Therefore, Martyaha, subject to death, subject to decay, subject to death. Martyaha. So, Martya Lokam, Bhulokam, Ashashvatam. Martya Lokam, Ashashvatam. Sargaloka, compared to Bhuloka, it is Shashvata, but they are not really Shashvata. That is why we say it is not Atyantika, Apekshika Amritatva, Sargaloka. So, from the Apekshika Amritatva Loka, it comes to the Loka, which is Martya Loka, where we see Janma and Marana happening every moment. So therefore, Imam Manushya Lokam Vishanti Prapnavanti. So after having enjoyed, they come back. So Therefore, they come back. Evam Trayi Dharmam Anuprapannaha. Evam Trayi Dharmam, Dharma, the word is used here in the sense. Dharma, here in the sense of Veda. Dharma can mean the duty. Dharma can mean that the punyam. Dharma can mean the Veda. It has so many meanings. But here Trayi Dharmam. Trayi Dharmam is that Veda Trayam. Dharma meaning Veda. So Trayi Dharma is that Veda Traya. Veda Traya, that Trayi Dharmam, Trayi Vedam, Anuprapannaha. Anuprapannaha means Anutishtantaha. Having, following the injunctions of the Veda, rituals of the Veda, Vedikam karma, then they get palam. Evam Trayi Dharmam Anuprapannaha, they get palam. What palam? They go to Sargaloka, enjoy, and then come back. And what happens further? Gatagatam kama kamaha labante. In this manner, following the Vedas, following the rituals, doing the rituals which are enjoined by the Veda, and they have do kami karma, desiring the certain, they have got desiring certain ends. So they do karma. Therefore, the result of that will be this going and coming. Gatagatam. Gatagatam is gamanam gataha, agamanam agataha. So gatagatam, going and coming. So gatagatam. Gatagatam kama kamaha iti. So gatagatam, going and coming, and this is of the nature of going and coming. That is the following the Veda Purva, Karmakanda of the Veda. Following the Karmakanda of the Veda, they get the result which is of the nature of coming and going, gaining the Sargaloka and coming back to the Bhuloka. Again they do the ritual, gain Sargaloka, come back. Therefore, cycle. So Anuprapannaha means follows in the karmas which are enjoined in the Veda, laid out in the three Vedas. Following that, desiring the Sargaloka, they perform karma, and therefore they go and come, Katagatam, Kama Kamaha Labante. Kama Kamaha, the Kama is, the first Kama is objects. Second Kama is the one who desires the object. So desire and desirer. Desirer of the desire. Kama Kamaha. Desirer is Vishaya Ichuhu. Vishayan Ichati. So Kaman Kamayante. So Kama Kamaha means referring to the person. Kama Kamaha. Kaman Kamayante. Ye. Kama Kamaha. So Kaman Kamayante. Ye Kama Kamaha. Te Labante. Gatagatam Labante. Yatayatam Labante. Going and coming. Again and again. Punah Punaha. Gamanam Agamanam Labante Vindante iti. So therefore they will never be able to stay in a place. Always on the move, going and coming. So therefore Kama Kamaha, Kama Vishayan, Bhogan Kamayamanaha, Bhoga Ichavaha, Vishaya Ichavaha, Te Gatagatam Labante, Te Tridharma Manuprapannaha. They who are the followers of the rituals of the three Vedas, following them, performing the rituals, and they are Kama Kamaha, Gatagatam Labante, Yatayatam Labante. They gain going and coming, going and coming. It is not one time, it is repeats. Punah Punaha iti. Therefore, always they get things which are not permanent. So having an impermanent, they not knowing that it's impermanent, they lose it. Again, they work to gain it. Again, they lose it. Therefore, they never remain at peace. They are always dependent on their well-being, on the objects, on the pleasures which are obtained in this loka and in that loka, iha as well as amutra. Therefore, swatantriyam kvachitana lavante. They don't gain independence. All these are dependence. The sukha, the pleasure which are obtained, they are dependent sukha. Therefore, Ashashvatam. They are dependent, and therefore they are all dependent. They depend on something else for their well-being. Their well-being purely is dependent well-being, dependent on something else. Therefore, they are aswatantriyaha. Therefore they are bound. They are samsarinaha. It is samsara only. Even though they are all yagikaha, follower of the Veda, they are samsarinaha eva. Therefore, samsare punah punaha bhajante iti. Yatayatam kurvanti, yatayatam lavante vindanti iti. Going and coming. Therefore, they are aviveki only, not having viveka, not able to distinct and understand which is permanent, which is not permanent. Nitya nitya, that vastu, the viveka is absent. So that's why they go for this bad bargain, by which they don't gain freedom. They are bound. Not knowing they are bound, they continue in this cycle of yata yatam, going and coming. And they are kama kamaha. Even though they are Tridharma Anupapannaha, Tridharmam Anuprapannaha, Tatapi Kama Kamaha. Yadyapi they are Vaidikaha, Yagikaha, Kama Kamaha. They don't have mastery over their Kama. They don't understand that Kamas, the Kama, the desires, the desired objects, the objects what they desire, or Ashashvata or Anitya iti, they don't understand, not knowing, Ajnanam. So, Ajnanam, because of Ajnanam, there is avidya, because of avidya, there is karma. So, propelled by karma, therefore they do karma, and therefore karma pala in the form of papa punya, surga loka prapti. They continue to revolve in this cycle. So, this shloka and the next shloka, and this is the condition of these people, this 21 and 20, to be read again and again. And that is the nature of those people. That is, Trividyamam Somapaha Yajnegi Ishtva Surgatim Prarthayante Punyamasadya Prapya Surendralokam Gatva Tatra Devan Bhogan Ashnati Anantaram Kim Bhavati Tam Bhuktva Punyam Bhuktva Surgalokam Vishalam Tatra Kim Bhavati Tatra Stitam Surgam Punyam Bhuktva Ashitva Shine Punye Nashte Matyalokam Vishanti Punaha Bhulokam Agatya Kim Kurvanti Ekenge Ishtva Surgatim Praptayante Te Punyamasarya Punaha Surendralokam Ashtanti Surendralokam Tatra Gatva Surgalokam Vishalam Surgalokam Bhuktva Chine Punya Matyalokam Vishanti iti the cycle. So 21-20 they keep on evolving around this. But there are people, intelligent people, who come out from this loop. And that is said in the next shloka 22. Let us read it. Important shloka and often quoted shloka, of the beautiful shloka. Let us read. In contrast to the other shloka, this shloka represents the Nishkamaha. Previous shloka, Sakamaha, the Lord of the Sakamas. Here it is Nishkama. So Nishkamaha, Samyak Darshinaha, who has got clear vision, clear knowledge with regard to what things they are, the nature. So let us read. Ananyaschintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate
Ananyaschintayanto mam
Jena Paripasate
teshamityavayuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham.
Tesham
Teshamnityabhiyuktanam Yogakshamam Vahamyaham.
Very famous Yogakshemam vahamyaham. You would have seen in the LIC motto, Yogakshemam. So the shloka presents the person, the people who are in contrast to the Sakama Bhaktas. Here, Nishkama Bhaktas, they are not interested in the Dharmartha Kama Purushartha, but Moksha Purushartha. They are mumukshus. They have a clear vision of the destination, the goal. So therefore, Nishkamaha, they are presented here. So here, Ananya Shintayantaha Mam. So Mumukshu is represented. They are Ananya. Ananya Chintayantah. Chintayantah Mam, Ye Janaha Upasate, Paripasate. Paritaha, always Paripasate. So, Ananya. Ananya is, it is Anya, na Anya, Ananya. It is a Nanch Tatpurusha, Ananya iti. Ananya Bhaktaha. Ananya Bhaktaha, that is, they have the knowledge that Bhagavan is not separate from me. Bhagavan is not separate from me. Anyaha means those who look upon Bhagavan as different from oneself. That is Anyaha. Ananyaha means those who do not look upon the Lord as different from oneself. Why? Because Bhagavan is the Atma of all. So therefore, this person, the Mumukshu, who is endowed with sadhana chatushte sampatti, who has the knowledge that Bhagavan alone is the form of everything is obtained, the world, is Atma of all of them. Therefore, they recognize that the Parameshwara as not separate from oneself, they are Ananyaha. So, therefore, wherever the mind goes, that is Ishvara alone, Parameshwara alone. They can never be away from Parameshwara. Parameshwara can never be away from this person. This idea, in fact, the previous day also it is present in the 6th chapter. Bhagavan is not remote from the person. For the person from the Jnani, Bhagavan is not remote, and this person also not remote from the Bhagavan. So, Yomam Pashyati Sarvatra, Sarvam cha Mai Pashyati. Tasya aham na pranashyami, Sachamena pranashyati. Tasya aham na pranashyami. I am not remote from that person, and he is not remote from me. So, therefore, Ananyaha means they have got this, the Samyak Darshinaha ityartaha. Ananyaha, for whom the Bhagavan is not different. They see themselves as not separate from Ishvara. They see, whereas what about others? Others, they see is Bhagavan as separate. They see themselves as separate from Ishvara. In fact, Bhagavan is always not, there's always not separate only. But there's a difference between the two in terms of appreciating this knowledge. Bhagavan is always not separate from the person. So, Ananyaha means they have the appreciation, they understand, they have the knowledge that Bhagavan is not separate from me. Therefore, Ananyaha. Those who are understanding the clear knowledge that Bhagavan is not separate from me, Ananyaha. They see clearly, they have the knowledge, therefore they see clearly. Even for those who do not know this, for them also Bhagavan is not separate from them. But they don't know the fact, they don't know this, therefore they don't have that awareness of Parameshwara. Therefore they think Ishvara is different from themselves, and therefore they ask for, they ask for less. Therefore they ask for less, like Swarga Loka, etc. Therefore, Ananyaha Chintayantaha, Mam Chintayantaha, Nitya Abhiyuktanam, Nitya Abhiyuktanam, Yogakshemam Bhagamyaham, Nitya Abhiyuktanam. Nitya Abhiyuktanam means Bhagavan is never separate. Nitya Abhiyukta, always Abhiyukta, not separate. For them, Bhagavan is not separate. So for them who are not separate from, who says is Bhagavan says. That is for them who are not separate from me at any time. So for them, I take care of their yoga and kshema. Yoga and kshema, here yoga means apraptasya prapanam yoga. Kshema is praptasya rakshanam. So Ananyaha, the Bhashakara says, Apratak Bhutaha iti. Param Devam Narayanam Atmatvena Gataha. So Bhagavan is not different from me. Narayana, Ishvara is, Parmeshwara is not different from me, is not away from me. Iti Chintayantaha. Iti Chintayantaha means who Chintayantaha Sanyasinaha iti. Those who consider, those who have the knowledge that Bhagavan is not separate from oneself, they are Sanyasinaha, Jnani iti. Bhashakara is Sanyasinaha. They pariupasate. Pariupasate means paritaha upasate. Here, what is upasana? It is jnana. So, they have the understanding that Bhagavan is never separate from me, and therefore, nitya abhiyuktanam, satatam abhiyoginam, always connected, always not separate. For them, Bhagavan says, for them, who are not separate from me at any time, nitya, always. At no point of time they are separate from me. Tesham, they live in the world. For them, they have to sustain themselves. Therefore, they need things. So, therefore, yoga kshemam. Tesham yoga kshemam agam bhagami. Yoga is apraptasya prapanam. What is not there, that is gaining, that is called yoga. And after gaining, after acquiring, it has to be preserved. It has to be preserved. It has to be used. Therefore, it has to be preserved. It has to be protected. Therefore, praptasya rakshanam kshema. So Bhagavan takes care of the yoga kshema of these people. In fact, Bhagavan alone takes care of the yoga kshema of all the people. Why particularly here? This person has the understanding, he has got complete shraddha. That is why yoga kshema, Bhagavan will take care, therefore there is complete surrender. That's why the people, they completely commit themselves to the pursuit of the Lord himself. Whereas other people, for them also Bhagavan alone takes care of the yoga kshema, but they think they have to work for it. They think they have to work for it. So therefore, whereas these people, they have no concern for yoga kshema, they have surrendered to the Lord. And Bhagavan, of course, he gives assurance to the Jignasu, people who are totally committed to me, I will take care of them. That is why the people are completely surrendered to the Lord. That even, in fact, even the sannyasi takes a person takes sannyasa. On what basis or on what assurance he takes sannyasa? Who will take care of sannyasi? The one takes care. Even though it is a grihastha who takes care of them, sannyasi also knows. The person taking sannyasa, he knows very well that the grihastha takes care of them. But he's not thinking, with that thing he doesn't take sannyasa. With that thing he doesn't take sannyasa. It takes a sannyasa that Bhagavan is there. Therefore, not counting upon being taken care of by society. Sannyasi gives us everything and surrendering everything to the Lord. It takes a sannyasa. Of course, it is grihasthas who are going to take care of sannyasi. That is fine, but not with that in mind. A person takes sannyasa. The person has shraddha in the statement of the Lord, shraddha in Ishvara. So therefore takes a sannyasa. And Bhagavan takes care of the yogakshema of the person, of course, through grihasthas. So therefore, there is shraddha, therefore surrender involved. But this ajnanis, they lack that. Therefore, they are interested in yogakshema. Yogakshema of the jnanis are taken care by the Lord. Yogakshema of the ajnanis also taken care by the Lord only. But they think they have to provide for themselves. Therefore, the yogakshema, they claim the yogakshema are taken care of by themselves. Whereas Jnani claims that yogakshema are taken care by the Lord. That is the difference. Even though ultimately it is the Lord who takes care of the yogakshema of all the people. But there is a difference in the commitment, in the shraddha between the Jnani and the Ajnanis. So that's why Bhagavan says here, Tesham yogakshemam aham bhagami. So therefore, that implies shraddhavantaha san. They surrender to me. Therefore, I take care of them yogakshema. That is why a person, if it is in prarabdha, it is said, even if it is in the midst of the forest, he will get his lunch. Bhagavan will bring lunch. Somehow he will bring. So therefore, Ananya, Mam, Ananya Chintaha, thinking of me, not the Yoga Kshema. See, thinking of me, that is committing oneself into the inquiry into the Shastram, inquiry into the Ishvara. That is their only the aim. That is the only purpose. So not about the Yoga Kshema. Therefore, Mam Chintayantaha Upasate, they seek me. And therefore, Abhiyuktaha endowed with all the Amanitvam, Adambitvam, all the values. They are Sadhana Chatushtaya, Sampannaha. So therefore, Abhitaha Yuktaha. That meaning also we can take Abhiyuktaha. Abhiyuktaha means well prepared. They are endowed with all the qualities, sadhana chatusha sampatti. Therefore, being endowed with the preparedness, with the maturity, the shraddha, etc. Therefore, I take care of the yoga kshema iti. Ye janaha pariupasate. Paritaha upasate. Upasate means they seek me. Upasana. Here not upasana, in the sense of puja, etc. Upasate, they worship me. Worshipping me through inquiry into the Shastra. That is what the worship for sannyasi. What is literally, physically worship for the ajnanis is for the jnani, it is worship of the Lord in the form of inquiry into the Shastra. Therefore, having surrendered themselves into this inquiry, in the vichara, not thinking of the yoga kshema, because Shastra assures, Bhagavan assures yoga kshema, that yoga kshema I will take care. So therefore, they are completely into their sadhana. Therefore, with regard to the yoga and kshema, they are least bothered because it is Bhagavan who takes care of that. And their only job is to commit oneself to the Shastram, to the inquiry into Shastram, inquiry into Ishvara. Iti Nishkamaha Samyak Darshinaha. This is the vision of the people who venture into the inquiry into Ishvara. They have tremendous shraddha in the Lord. Therefore, surrendering unto the Lord, they immerse themselves into the inquiry of the Lord, and their yoga kshema are taken care by the Lord. Whereas an ajnani, he works for the yoga kshema all through the life, missing the point. They continue to work for yoga kshema. The whole life is spent in yoga and kshema. Apraptasya, prapanam praptasya, kshema. Therefore, they accumulate, and that is ashashvata. So therefore, they continue to lose. Whereas surrendering to the Lord, whose yoga kshema taken care by the Lord, they gain the one who is the provider of yoga kshema. So which is a good bargain. The one who provides yoga kshema is what these people they seek after. So therefore, naturally, Bhagavan will take care of the yoga kshema. They are not after yoga kshema. They are after the provider of the yoga kshema. So therefore, Bhagavan says, Desham yoga kshemam aham vadami. You seek me, I will take care of you. Your whatever you require for the mere sustenance in life. If not bangla, car, etc., but at least mere sustenance. What is required for a sadhaka? The minimum things for sustaining. For jiva dharanam, what are the minimum things required? Vastra, a roof above the head, and of course annapanadi. That is what it is. Bhagavan takes care. Bhagavan gives the assurance. This is the most important shloka, assuring shloka. As we saw in the 6th chapter. Nagi kalyanakrit kasti durgatim tatagachyati. Similarly, yoga kshemam mahamyakam is another important shloka it is. Here we can see the assurance given by the Lord who surrendered to him. We'll stop here. Next shloka, I will see the next class. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Suvyai Stavai Vedai Sangapadhakramo Panishadai ध्यायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुस्वरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಶರಣ್.